All right. I want to say, can you hear me now? Anyway, we are having a little technical issue today, but we're going to start everything off. It is springtime, and we've gotten to see a lot of great shows. Live music is back, and I hope that you are enjoying it as we go to Writers' Nights. Like last night, we celebrated the 17th anniversary for Debbie Champion's Writers' Night at the Commodore in Nashville. And it was incredible. It was just an incredible night. And we're going to be doing a whole story about that, a whole story. So I hope that you'll take a listen and take a gander. And Friday, I got to go visit the Shop Springs Creamery in Wilson County with my friend from RFD TV, Tammy Arender, who's doing a story. And we got to talking about some of the things that she covers and thought we'd bring some of her stories over here. And have you ever heard of a ramp? It's kind of like an onion. It's kind of in the onion and leek family. It's a little strong, I've heard. But I said, hey, have you ever heard of ramps? Have you ever cooked with them? And she said, as a matter of fact, I have a video. So I thought we'd just share a little bit of my friend Tammy Arender as we get things started.
Okay, so we're just wrapping up Farmers Market Week, and I did a story on how our new normal is, that you really can't go and have that interaction from consumer to grower anymore. It's got to be curbside pickup. I went to Spring Valley Farm in West Virginia, in Augusta, West Virginia, and look at the bounty that I got. Oh, these folks grow year round because they're doing greenhouses as well as several hundred acres of different fruits and veggies. But here was the absolute prize of the day. These are called ramps. Okay, I lived in Charleston, West Virginia for about 10 minutes. And one thing I learned in West Virginia while I was there is that ramps are a prized possession because they are so rare. They're like truffles. You have to forage for them. No one grows them. They have to have very specific lighting and temperature. They like dark and not a lot of sunlight, but they mainly only grow in West Virginia and Tennessee and the United States. They also grow in Canada, but I am so excited to be able to cook for these. They are a cousin to the shallot, to onions, to leeks. And so I'm gonna practice with these in the kitchen today since they were in my little box that I got from Spring Valley Farms in Augusta, West Virginia. So let's see how they taste. So tell me about the ramps.
So this grows wild in West Virginia, and it just grows deep down in the mountains. We travel 4 hours to get them, and you just cut off the roots and you chop this up super tiny, saute it with a little bit of olive oil, and then do the leaves for just like the last minute, and you just top it with onions, wherever you put onions. You put them on eggs, potatoes, we love them on top of steaks, pork chops, anything.
Again, they remind me of green onions. I understand that they're more pungent, that they have a stronger flavor than a regular shallot or onion. And so you use them in the way you would any other onion. But I'm going to try them by themselves. I've got a little bit of olive oil and butter in a pan. So I'm just going to put it over there. Cook that down a little bit. Now we're going to put in the leaves. Saute them just like we do spinach. Some pepper, some salt, and toss that around. Okay, so we've wilted this down just like we would spinach. It smells scrumptious. So if you want to ramp up your cooking, I would say this is the way to do it. So let's give it a try. You know what? It's like garlic and onions married and had a baby. And I know I put garlic in the dish, but it truly has a garlicky flavor, which I love and adore. So ramps to me are a very extra specialty that you can put in a dish if you're lucky enough to find them. Now, I don't know that I will eat them alone by themselves anymore, even though they were great, but I definitely see them inside of a pasta, maybe even herbed cream cheese or a compound butter. Definitely a wonderful accessory if you can find them. So I am so excited about finding ramps at the local farmers market, and well, actually there at Spring Valley Farms. But I will visit the next farmers market and let you know what I find, and we'll be back here in the Taste of Tallulah kitchen very soon. Hope to see you then.
For those of you that don't know, Tallulah's in Louisiana, and it's where we grew up. And she is such a wonderful cook, and she is in the top 5 in the Greatest Baker competition. And if you go through Facebook to the Greatest Baker competition, you can vote for her for free every day. And the competition benefits No Child Hungry. Well, we're waiting for a guest from Breakthrough Nashville, and they're trying to get into the waiting room very soon. Speaking of No Child Hungry, they worked with the Trump administration in giving away well over 1 million pounds of food this past year. It was incredible. Part of the Farmers to Families program that was part of the last administration. It was just an amazing thing. But I don't know if you've heard anything about Tyler Dean. Tyler Dean McDowell is Ronnie McDowell's son, Portland, Tennessee. He's our boy. And he went back and got one of his dad's hits and really Tylerized it. And it is available now. So I thought I would just give you a little sneak peek at that video.
It in the valley. I kinda feel like you don't. Well, like Noah said to Allie, girl, what do you want? I promise you I'll always be real. That's right. So if you need to run away, I'll make you a deal. All I wanna do is buy you hot chicken, take you down to Broadway where the tunes are kicking. First round of Yazoo's on me. Where it goes after that we shall see. But you gotta come to Nashville. You gotta come to Nashville. I don't wanna force nothing too soon. I just wanna take you down to the Wild Horse Saloon. That's right. Maybe pull some strings at Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. Yeah, just call Stevie. Get the VIP booth where Dad's picture hangs proud. Oh yeah, there's Uncle Ronnie. If you ain't dancing on the bar before the night is through, then not even Superman can please you. All I wanna do is buy you some hot chicken, then take you down to Broadway where the tunes are kicking. Round 2 of Yazoo's on me. Where it goes after that, honey, we'll see. But you gotta come to Nashville. You gotta come to Nashville. Until our paths cross someday, I have spoken, darling, this is the way. I wish you'd let me buy you some hot chicken and take you down to Broadway where the tunes are kicking. Honey, you know every round is gonna be on me. Where it goes after that will be a mystery till you come to Nashville. Oh yeah, till you come to Nashville. Oh yeah, Nashville, yeah. You gotta come to Nashville. Nashville.
nobody's gonna love me.
Chris, can you grab my black Les Paul?
How do I look?
Yeah, man, gold boots. A little bit much.
Yeah, I'll swing by the barbershop before you go.
Chop, chop, chop.
You guys are rude, okay? I'll see you later.
Well, hey, man, at least we're a whole lot nicer than those donkeys you're hanging with tonight.
Okay, we're going to see. Can you guys see now? We had an entire crash and I have no idea. Just like everything in the whole place went just completely silent. So are you still here? Thank you, Elizabeth, for being there. And thank you, Shelley, for letting everybody know that our whole system had crashed. But we're back. Y'all, I'm going to tell you what I did because I wasn't even technical. I laid hands on this computer and prayed. Ding, here it is. Thank you, Lord Jesus. All right. Well, real quick, before we get to our wonderful flying buffaloes who are in the waiting room, and they've got a fabulous video that is very important. You need to see it. Joshua Rosales is part of Breakthrough Nashville. And I want you to tell everybody, Joshua, how are you?
Doing great, Devin. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. And you're helping people understand about filing for grants. Tell them about this program you're doing with Breakthrough Nashville.
Yeah, so June 23rd, it's a Wednesday at 7 p.m. from 7 to 8:30. We have a workshop, and it's about grant writing. We have Allison Platzmeyer, who's going to be our guest, and she's going to be talking and answering questions on grant writing. She has helped a lot of nonprofits here in Middle Tennessee with grant writing, and she has
it's so important.
Yeah, multiple accolades. Super excited for her.
Well, how can they find out a little bit more information? If you're a nonprofit or you're in a group that you need to write a grant and you need to know how, a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people charge a lot of money to write it for you.
So you can go to, I'm putting it here in the chat. I'm not sure if that would work or not, but it's you go to Breakthrough Nashville on Facebook, BREAKTHRU-Nashville. So Breakthrough Nashville on Facebook. We have our event posted there. You can sign up for it, and it'll be June 23rd. Or you can email us as well at breakthroughnashville@gmail.com. BREAKTHRU-Nashville@gmail.com.
And I got to do a big shout out to Joshua and his team there, because how much food did you give out last year? Food boxes in the Farmers to Families program?
So we distributed over $1.7 million, $1.7 million in food, and we've distributed over 1 million food boxes from July of last year to the end of May across Tennessee.
Well, we were partners with you in getting the word out, and I love what you do, and thank you. $1.7 million worth of food that you gave to the people who needed it. No questions asked. They just pulled through and they got their food, and it was great. So thank you for what you did for Nashville.
No, thank you, Devin. With partners that we have like yourself, it's been incredible to be able to get the word out and help as many people as we have.
Oh, well, thank you. And you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Devin.
Take care.
Have a wonderful day as well. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Now we got our boys, our flying buffaloes on. I'm telling you what, I was rocking this morning. This video, it's not your typical country song. I'm just going to say.
Well, we're mixing it up a little bit, trying to keep it fresh.
For y'all that don't know, the Flying Buffaloes are a rock and roll phenom here in Nashville to the world. And you guys launched this video very recently, but you did it in a really unique way. You also traveled around Nashville and performed live in a really unique way. Tell people about that.
Sure. Tommy, about the
Sure, yes. So last year, when all of the venues had been shut down, we had this idea to get somehow mobile and bring the music to the streets, to the people, to try to spread some positivity to the community. And this project ended up being called Operation Music City Uplift, and we got inside of a glass box truck that's used for advertising, and we stopped at several locations throughout the city and delivered some music and cheer, so to speak. And we were doing it all to raise money for the MVAN Association, the Music Venue Alliance for Nashville. We were raising money to support the venues that had been closed down due to the coronavirus.
You had such a response that it literally, what you did became like a national news story because you did something so cool. And I just thought that was really great. When you're going viral for doing good things,
that's the best feeling for sure. I think there's so much negativity in the news and stuff, and to have something positive like that just really, really explode. And shout out to Shelly Mullins, our PR lady. She really made it happen, and
she'll do that.
Fortunate. Yes, she's great.
She's Wonder Woman. So just in case y'all don't know, Shelly Mullins is Nashville's Wonder Woman. She has a theme song that starts before she enters the room. Anyway, I want you to go around and tell me your name so everybody knows who you are, because we know you're the Flying Buffaloes, but tell me your names.
I'm Brandon Cantwell. I play bass.
I'm Danny Pratt. I play drums.
And I'm Tommy Leland. I play lead guitar.
And one of our Buffaloes is missing because he is now a pilot and he's all over the world now. And let's tell his name.
Yeah, Johan Stone.
And you will see him in this coming video. And I've had the pleasure of writing with Johan. And we wrote about flying because he's like really obsessed with flying right now.
He is. Yeah. It's a theme for the band, I think. It always has been. And now Johan's really, really pursuing it.
You really will be flying Buffaloes.
Oh, yeah.
That is fantastic. Well, let's talk about this video, because when people see it, some people might find some of it disturbing. As well, you should, because what has happened in our world over the past little while has been it's been disturbing. We've had a lot of, like you said, bad news.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. What we did with the video, we worked with the Abundant Media, who are some great videographers, great friends of ours. Matthew Coleman was the producer, the director of the video. And our collective vision for it was to kind of paint a backdrop of American history and a little bit of world history over the last century, and all of the trials and tribulations we've gone through, and all of the negative things that we've overcome, and the positivity that's come out of that. And that's kind of what the song's all about. We're trying to shed light on how difficult the last year has been, but how many silver linings there are, and how we're going to come out of this thing stronger.
We can't have enough of that. We just can't have enough of that. Last night I was at the Commodore, and I mean, literally, I was so emotional when I left because, and I'll get emotional now, because it was the 17th anniversary of the Commodore Writers rounds with Debbie Champion. But at the same time, it was like a family reunion. And you realize that it's not money, it's not fame, it's not anything. It is people, and that connection. You just wanted to hug people. You just it's like you want that tactile touch of another human being, and it's amazing.
Definitely. Yeah, to be out playing again is one of the greatest feelings on earth. To be able to connect with our audience, connect with each other on stage again. There's no greater feeling than being able to connect with people. That's what humans are meant to do.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to play the video right now. You guys hang tight, and we're going to show this video because it's beautifully shot. It is an incredible piece of film work. Take a look.
Over parts of their nation turned blood orange. So far, 24 people have been killed.
All started. Some say that it was a wet market inside Wuhan. That
We'll be back some more. Let the water subside till the fire inside push back against the storm. And it feels like gonna feel like
Wow. Holy moly. Let's give a shout out to Barry too, because Barry's not with us today.
We were just chatting about that during the video. We got a shout out to Barry Stone, our lead singer. He's working on some stuff. We're going on the road. We're hitting the road this weekend, and we've got a lot of things to take care of. When you're an independent band, there's things stack up. So
yeah, they do.
He's with us in spirit.
Absolutely. Well, where will you be? Where can people see you live coming up in the next week or two?
This Thursday, we will be June 10th. We'll be in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at Druid City Music Hall. It's a free show, part of their summer concert series. And then the next day, Friday, June 11th, we'll be in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, at the Keg and Barrel downtown. Again, I believe that is a free show.
I think so. Yeah.
And then also next month, we're going to be performing the Nashville Sunday Night series as a part of Lightning 100, WRLT.
Oh, those are such great shows.
Yep. July 11th, 3rd and Lindsley. You guys grab your tickets, and it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, everything's on flyingbuffaloes.com.
Flyingbuffaloes.com. I'm a kid from the 60s. I'm a teen from the 70s. And there's something about the Flying Buffaloes. I said, those are the eras where music it meant something more than music. There was so much of that time period that the music literally was impactful and changed a lot of lifestyle. It changed people's minds, and that's what your music does. That's really what your music does. And so thank you for that feel that you bring. It's just wonderful. And a shout out to Wonder Woman, Shelley Mullen. She said that Debbie Champion's the actual Wonder Woman. And she was watching, and so she got to hear all the things that we were saying about her. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for what you bring, and I appreciate you for being on the show today. And thanks for putting up with the crazy stuff with technical issues.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
I hope to see you July 11th, 3rd and Lindsley.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you guys take care. Bye-bye.
Good to see you.
Be safe, be kind. Remember, most of all, you are loved.